It's over. It's 7 o'clock. Time to get shit-faced. Yay! Santa Claus is here.
Damn, dude.
I wish you all an early Merry Christmas.
I'm glad
and you're all punished. And you're all naughty.
Naughty!
Naughty!
And
I got naughty balls in my head.
You'll all be punished for being naughty. So be good. And if you're good little boys and girls, ghouls, Santa Claus will give you a bloody box cutter for Christmas.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I didn't see anything wrong with that part.
Be ready for that shit.
My Santa Claus gives me box cutters and shrunken heads, so sounds good with me.
This Santa Claus might do something similar. He might give you
Crown
a
Royal
broken bottle. Might give you a broken bottle of Crown Royal that I drank.
Get your pull.
And I smashed. And you can stab your fucking roommate with. That's one thing I might do. We'll get into all the things that this Santa Claus is going to do for you.
I get intestines wrapped around a Christmas tree like tinsel. In tinsels.
I like it. I was wondering if you were going to be into maiming anybody, Mr. Jason. You know, there's some comparable kills to what you would normally pull off in this movie that we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there was some good stuff.
Some good stuff there.
There might have been
even
death by antler.
They ripped music off of me, by the way, in that movie. They ripped off the music. It's very Christmas the 13th.
They did. I did notice that. There was
there's a lot of boobs.
Lots of boobies.
Dude,
yeah, lots of boobies, just like you would like, Mr. Jason.
Major boobage.
Oh, this is like some hard R word stuff going on here.
Yep. And then let's see what else. What else?
That stuff.
what else would Jason like from this movie? Boy, he would definitely not like the little boy getting punished for doing nothing wrong.
That was that was weird.
A lot of abuse.
He just watched.
Jason don't like that stuff.
He saw people getting banged, and then he got punished for it.
That's how Jason was made.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So it's like
it's not good, you know. So, all right, let's get some introductions out of the way, and we'll explain to you what movie we're talking about. I'm Santa Vegas.
That's my gimmick. You can't take that.
Ben's gonna hate me. JC Slaughter Claus Walsh.
All right, you know it's the Christmas season, so that's fine.
That's good.
I always keep mine try to be relevant to the movie. I like mine. It's so today, boys, I am the one, the only, the Scroogey Superior.
Damn.
That's a good one for the movie at hand.
That's you definitely bring the punishment. You rang the punishment of naughtiness.
Naughty boys, and we got some naughty boys in here today.
We got 3 naughty boys in here.
The naughty boys.
Granted,
3.
Santa kind of gets by with his naughtiness, but we'll see what happens. Santa's drinking a red beverage to make sure that it's in line with the outfit. I don't have quite the beard yet. It's going to take me another week to grow it. Sorry, but it's getting there. Last time I donned this outfit, I did have the real thing, and I had Christmas beard lights. And they were all clipped to my.
That's impressive.
I found my.
This is the best in getting my beard, so I'm just happy I got some praise.
I found my first gray hair in my beard the other day.
I got a lot.
Like my first actual long. I was like, oh fuck.
You're screwed.
Ben, in this family, we say platinum, not gray. Yeah, platinum hair.
There's only one platinum, and it's Star Platinum. You son of a bitch.
I don't know what that is, but I do know that I did have a Santa Claus beard about 2 years ago today, and in about a week from now, I wore this outfit with that. We spray painted it white, and now
you don't need to spray paint it.
No, it's already half of it was already like that anyway, so it's pretty much there. There's a couple little marks in the front, but even in this light,
but the chicks dig that shit now. They go, daddy.
Yeah, I don't care. That's the thing. I know.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
I have friends that are really worried about it. I just don't give a shit, and I got gray in my beard. Dude. I got gray. I've had gray hair on my stomach for like fucking 15 years. It's weird. I have like a little patch right around here, right around where this belt buckle is. I wish I thought about bringing
pistol, with the pistol tattoos.
A little bit above that. I wish I thought about bringing up some cookies. I don't have any here, so unfortunately, Santa Claus is going to be a little ornery tonight. So unless some fucking hoes downstairs bring up some cookies, we're gonna have some real gosh darn problems.
So they hear you saying that, they're gonna be throwing cookies at you.
They say worse.
I have eggnog.
So let's just throw it out there. Santa gets far worse treatment than that. Throwing it out there.
Because you're naughty.
Yeah, sometimes takes one to know one.
We won't be watching the full movie you're talking about. I will probably mention it, but there's a certain movie that does involve cookies, but not in the way you think.
Ginger Dead Man.
No, we'll talk about that next week.
I've never seen that one. That would actually.
It's funny, actually.
It's goofy, and then it starts going woo.
Wait, would that be? Oh, I shouldn't spoil that because that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to do a top 12. Christmas horror themed things.
Thanks.
Doesn't have to be a movie. Even I'm just throwing it out there. Can be a lot of different things.
Thanks.
So
you do like the was it Rick Grimes joke from Walking Dead season 3? Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Very, very, very fitting. Very fitting. So here's what we're gonna do tonight. This is the Bonded by Horror Christmas edition extravaganza. The next couple, the one we just did, it's already up, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was Santa's Sleigh. And I got to promote all these because I've been a bad boy on that for sure.
You've been naughty.
Naughty.
I have been naughty on that. I'm sorry.
Wait, Ben, please put the word on the screen.
Oh, naughty?
Yeah, we need to get
naughty boys
on us every time. Yeah, naughty.
I'm just gonna have it say naughty boys.
Yeah, so tonight we're to keep up with the theme, we are doing Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is quite the cult classic and might even be considered a classic in some regimes. I've actually never seen it until this week. I think all three of us are on the same page. Am I wrong? Right?
Yeah. I'm ashamed to say I've never watched it, but I'm glad I watched it for this episode.
Yeah, I'm glad I finally checked this one off the list. I'm actually. Yep. Spoiler alert. I had a good time watching this movie. There was definitely some
awkward shit.
There was some awkward stuff. That's the best way to say it. Yeah. Early on, there was some very awkward things in this movie.
Yeah.
But we get through it, and there's some also amazing things about this movie. We don't need to, we're just gonna kind of wing it. I've really been enjoying just the free flow of how these go lately. So we're gonna just continue in that theme. So we'll see how it goes. But I will let you know, Joe, that there are a few, I wouldn't say cameos, but attachments to Halloween in this movie. Did you know that? The Halloween series?
Not when I first watched this, but I think when I watched like documentaries, I did. I don't remember them, unfortunately, and usually I would be prepared, but I'm not. And I don't mind being educated today, so I would please share.
So
out of all the things that be educated in is fucking Silent Night, Deadly Night. Very weird.
The first little nugget that Santa Claus can remember right now, because Santa Claus has been sipping his eggnog for a while now tonight, because I had a day off, so I did a lot today. So just keep myself motivated. Gotta start getting them presents ready. I gotta make sure that this is gonna continue too. I'm Santa tonight, so I'm just going out there. So just remember that.
That I am the North Pole jester from hell. So
I like it,
and that's a contradiction. We all need one. Stuff. We all need one.
No, we all need one.
And I'm your naughty boy.
You are my naughty.
I need to be punished.
That is Joe. So the first little nugget of information that I'm gonna gift to Jester Joseph, I think is next to me. No, this way. He's next to me. This way, I think.
You got
him somewhere.
He's next to me this way. Is one of the cops that are talking about how Christmas Eve and we have to chase down Santa Claus. Go ahead. You know what it is?
Not exactly, but I caught a little bit. Go ahead. I'm getting all excited.
He's Michael Myers in number 5.
Oh.
He's the guy who plays Michael Myers in number 5.
Oh shit! Wait, which
Yep.
the cop that he got the one that went like rogue, not rogue, but like he near the end.
I can't remember which.
Like
I'll be honest right now.
The one where he gets pushed down the stairs?
Oh no, the two that are together.
Yeah, the 2 cops. Yeah. The 2 cops that are like driving and talking, and then they break into like.
One was Mikey Myers in part 5. Oh shit!
One of them was the guy who played Michael Myers in part 5.
I liked him.
So there's one little nugget for you. So it's one of those 2 cops. One of the 2 cops that are like driving around and bullshitting or whatever. And they see, I think it was, yeah. And then they see like a Santa Claus breaking into a house, and they go in.
Daddy.
And it's a dad. Yeah.
That was a weird. That was. That felt like Halloween 5, like the 2 dopey cops with the, like the most awkward cops in Halloween 5, and that's what that scene felt like. I'm
surprised the fucking clown music wasn't playing behind them the whole time.
I know, right? It was so bad.
So goofy.
Now the other nugget. This one is a twofer. This is a.
I thought we just got that out of the way. We got that scene. We don't have to talk about that scene.
These are 2 presents. These are 2 presents. I'm giving up presents tonight, and then we'll talk about the movie, right?
Yeah, blood-soaked presents.
Spoiler alerts. If you've never seen this movie, we're just going to talk about however we want to talk about it and what we're going to talk about. So go watch it, but hang out with us because we're going to entice you to hopefully check it out. Santa Claus has some gifts for everybody tonight, so we'll hopefully. So with that little nugget, there is one more tie-in to the Halloween franchise. And you'll never guess what it is because I was flabbergasted. Santa Claus just said flabbergasted, by the way.
Flabberclosed.
And I went, you coal-sucking son of a gun. I didn't see that one coming. Because turns out Santa Claus didn't even recognize one of his favorite scream queens ever in this movie because she didn't look quite the way she did later on in her life. So Santa Claus's favorite scene of this movie, spoiler alert, might happen to do with the antler scene. We all remember the antler scene, the pool table?
Yeah, great freaking
Was that Linnea Quigley?
Great kill. That is Linnea Quigley.
I had a feeling, I was like, she kind of looks. Quigley. She was like, she looks super fucking familiar to me.
Familiar too.
Yeah.
I thought she looked very familiar in the headlight area.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whatever. Watched the thing today. Turns out I think this is her first movie.
I don't remember her actual real name. What character did she play as?
Trash in Return of the Living Dead.
That's
and she gets very nudie in that movie.
It was like I'm like, oh my god, I should know this because we just talked about her name and
also
all this.
She was in
Search of Darkness, and she did a lot of nude scenes.
Was she in?
Was
it her in Chopping Mall?
That was her thing, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Hold
on. No. That was oh my god. That was the chick from
Kelly Maroney.
The Reanimator.
Oh, Barbara Crampton?
Barbara Crampton was in Chopping Mall, one of my new favorite 80s movies.
That movie's amazing.
I love that movie.
Goddamn amazing. But yeah, Barbara Crampton is another one. She was in that, and she was in Reanimator, which she gets naked in that, which is not a bad scene. She also is in From Beyond, which is another like one. Her and Jeffrey Combs, which is also great. And she's like she goes from like super straight laced in that movie to like a dominatrix out of nowhere. And now she was in. It was wild, and then she was in that movie with I think CM Punk was in it, the Jacob's wife or something.
Yeah, apparently it's pretty good.
Good things about that movie. I heard good things about that.
I want to watch it.
I liked it a lot from what I watched.
I haven't seen it
though, but she was in that movie. Yeah, as today modernly, and she's still very attractive. So good on her because she's still very attractive. And she's still good. I think she's a great actress. So I always liked her work, and I really I mean that. Like I always thought she was really well.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Job. Yeah, Linnea Quigley. She's also in The End of the Demons. She's the girl that like does the lipstick thing.
Lipstick scene.
Lipstick and then she's also in
crazy.
What's the movie with Carrie Fisher and like the special needs girl gets raped? She's the special needs girl, and it's something Mean Streets or something. Is that what it's called?
I think it's literally.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just Mean
Streets. Something like that, right? I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah, she's
very exploitive. One of those exploitive ones, right? Type of horror.
But it's like role reversal. Like it's almost like what's the movie with the dude, like his daughter gets killed, he goes out on like a killing spree, and it was a big like 70s exploitation movie, and then it was like 8 of them. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the movie.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Death Wish.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're throwing stuff out. Well, not this movie.
I love
but
the
yeah, that
first,
movie was sick.
the original Death Wish. I really like.
That's
The
almost
original one's great. Everything after
Yeah,
that gets real
it's
wonky.
it's really
that's
weird.
borderline
We
horror
yeah
action because of the violence. I think. Am I right?
we went
Yes.
on a tear for a couple weeks of the Three Dudes show where we were just like getting hammered and watching like random old like action movies and like in the background with no subtitles on, and we decided to watch Death Wish like 1, 2, and 3.
My dad
in
was a big
couple
Death
weeks.
Wish guy.
The first one's great. The
I want
first
to watch
one
the first
still
one.
holds
I
up.
want to watch the remake just for the hell of it. Well, with Bruce
I've
Willis.
never seen the remake.
I didn't like the
but I
remake.
should watch it.
I've seen
I should
it.
watch it just to say I saw it.
Yeah.
But the second one and the third one get really, really, really rapey. I'm just gonna say it like that because I have to say it.
Oof.
Like, dude, it gets rough. Like, but there's
Well, that's
also
what popped my head with some of the stuff in this movie.
well, that's one thing.
Silent Night,
What
Silent
we
Night,
saw in
Deadly
this movie was, doesn't hold a candle to what happened.
No, it's tame, but still.
It's put it this way, it's almost as cringy as Last House on the Left. Like it's the remake one where it's like 25 minutes long.
Oh, dude, it's so that is a fucking awful scene.
Yeah, it's not. It's almost as awkward. But at the same
Remind me
time,
when we do these type of movies, I had to be on whiskey to watch them. Jeez.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
On whiskey.
I
have to drink
those,
the whiskey.
While I'm watching, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But I think it's the third one where they're like, there's like a of Death Wish, where there's like a rooftop like gang fight scene, and like a dude gets thrown off the top, and it's easily, I'm telling you, fucking easily, the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life. We rewound it like 4 times live on the show, where like Santa Claus had a lot of eggnog that night, and I I rewound this one scene of this dude just getting tossed because it's not like it's clearly a fucking dummy, but like it's shot. It's so goddamn funny. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna see if I can find it and send it to you guys. I'll try to remember that. Guy getting
That's
thrown
just
off the
really
roof.
funny.
Death Wish.
Which one
Anyways,
is it?
I think it's Death Wish 3, and there's a dude gets thrown off a roof, and it's I died laughing. I died. Santa Claus drank a lot of eggnog that night, and Santa Claus found it very funny. But there's a block of those episodes when we were watching that I've never seen a light of day, for very good reason, because there's a lot of interesting discussion when Santa's elves get a little fired up. You know what I mean? We gotta be careful. Santa was fine, but Santa's elves get a little fired up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, keep them in North Pole. Keep them locked up.
Yeah, we keep them locked up in a storage bin. But anyways, so this movie, so those were 2 of my little fun facts. Oh, I didn't finish that fun fact. I'm sorry. So Linnea Quigley is the rather attractive young lady that gets killed by antlers, right? And kind of wild. And the fella that she's with, ready for this one, Joe? The little blonde guy, his name is Tommy in this movie, right? It was a really corny line. Spoiler alert for everybody, which is one of the greatest quotes in this movie, where she's yelling up to the little girl and she's like, "Hey, if you come downstairs, Santa Claus isn't coming." And he goes, "Neither am I." And I fucking laughed. No, he's not the only one. No,
he's not the only one.
He's not the only one.
That was good.
So Tommy,
you gross as a kid in the stairs. You gross, dude.
That was awesome.
Ready for this one, Joe? This one's gonna make your head go. That guy in this movie is the radio shock jock from Michael Myers Halloween 6 that like runs the fucking
That's why he looks familiar.
The dude with the mustache?
Barry,
yep. That's him as a young man.
Oh,
Wild,
shit.
huh? Yep.
Goddamn.
This movie came out in 84, and that movie came out in what, 96, 94?
95, 96, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
about 10
cool.
years difference. Yeah.
I knew he looked
Are
familiar.
you talking about the guy that they wanted fucking
like bring Halloween back to the town, help out as a disc jockey, and he just wanted to like
they wanted that to be Howard Stern, and then like
he's the wannabe Howard Stern.
Yeah, he's the wannabe Howard Stern, right? And he had a nasty gutting scene. I mean, you don't really see a lot of it.
Yeah, it's in the car, right? Michael kills him in the car, in the van. Yeah.
The uncut version shows how that actually happened. He went you had the silent van and you had his van look the same. He actually went into the silent van by accident, didn't realize it. And I've done something like that at work one time. So it does happen when you everything looks the same. Like, wait a minute, what the hell? And then so when he got all cut up and stuff, and then this is one of the most disturbing scenes of that movie is when he got hung up in the tree, and of course he got hung up with Halloween lights. the little girl is like saying, "Mommy, it's raining red." And she's in an angel suit, and she's like,
that's right.
she's swaying
Forgot about
underneath the raining blood, little Slayer moment, like underneath the dude's blood. I'm like, what? I mean, like wow, it's about being a Halloween decoration. Woof, that's a good scene.
Santa Claus does enjoy
That's a
Slayer.
good scene. Yeah, Santa Claus
I
does
might-
enjoy Slayer.
That's a little
Santa
known
Claus is
fact,
quite
but
the Slayer
might-
himself.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh.
That's right.
See what I
That's
did
right.
there?
You-
So Santa did
Slayer.
that?
You killed that
last
old
week.
lady last week.
I meant because like I ride in the sleigh, Ben.
That too.
Um,
Well, my shirt did Slayer.
well, you had the
Exactly.
buffalo.
I almost wore it again.
How did you
Right.
how did you survive getting hit by a bazooka though? I don't get it.
No, that was different. That was different Santa Claus. That was Ultra World.
Oh, that was William Shatan. That's right. That's my bad. That's my
That was
yeah.
a different. That was a different
that's my
fella.
bad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, I'm
You know-
the actual Santa Claus. So.
Oh,
Vegas. Some people would call me Old Santy Vegas, is what they would call
Anti
me.
Vegas. You know, I'm gonna pull us back, but bouncing off wait. I'm not gonna have you any Easter eggs, right?
So those are all the little presents that Santa Claus decided to wrap up for
Yeah.
J.C. Walsh tonight.
I
There
love that.
are
That's
a few
great.
more things. There are a few more little things, but because the fact that you're such a horror Halloween buff, the series, when I heard those two little nuggets or presents, they had to be spoken about early on. Otherwise, Santa Claus, after one or two more glasses of eggnog, is probably
5 and
just gonna
6,
forget 'em.
man. 5 and 6
So I wanted to make sure that you knew that.
icons. That's
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
So there you
So
go.
you got, and it's
And
not just a Halloween icon. You had your Return Limited icon too, which is
correct.
fantastic.
We sprinkle in a little bit of exactly.
Sprinkle a little
Eddie
trash.
Vegas, the other guy from your show, his favorite movie has a little sprinkle in there too. So Santa Claus is a fan.
We'll have to tell him next week.
Yeah, he'll watch.
That's
it.
until next week. Yeah.
He likes to look at himself on camera, so
Freak.
Yeah, we know. God, that fucking guy,
He's got a
man.
thing with mirrors. It's not his fault.
Gotta think of mirrors.
Yeah.
Singing a vampire, that'd be
Mhm.
a hell of a terrible immortality.
I mean, although his dream is always been to become a Dracula. Real. He's a weird guy. But
Replace the C with the G, and you can do that.
Dracula?
No, Dragula, you fucking idiot.
Oh, Dragula.
God,
Yeah,
Santa's
I lost
stupid.
it too. Sorry.
I lost.
I went
Santa Claus-
dyslexic.
Sandy Vegas don't know how to
did, my
show. He
brain's
just
like,
rides a sleigh, bro. Like he just. I
Dragula's
drop
the
off
best.
presents for kids.
I was fucking pissed because
I haven't seen last night's episode.
I
yet.
didn't either. I'm fucking annoyed. I didn't have enough time because I was watching this movie
I had to watch it today.
and I didn't have enough time to watch the new episode of Dragula. I was fucking mad.
I had to
So,
watch it tonight. You
I'm
can't
gonna-
see him until the next day. anyways,
yep,
so-
I'm gonna watch
Is
that
that,
right
is, that
after
the,
this.
is that the show on Shutter here? It's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
I love it.
It's
I
so
started
good.
watching it on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yep.
We sat and watched.
We
6
watched
hours. Of it
Yeah, we watched
because-
we
That's
marathoned it
great.
because I've never seen it,
Yeah.
and now I'm like,
And I
oh,
was-
I'm so fucking captivated. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of RuPaul's Drag Race. Or sorry, Eddie Vegas is a big fan of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Santa could be a
He-
fan
he
of it
got-
too. What the hell?
He got Santa. No, he got Santa into it too. You know, but Eddie's like really into it for some weird reason. But he's into it. I think he appreciates the artisticness of it.
I can't do that shit,
but
man.
then Shudder dropped Dragula a couple years ago, which is like a horror version of that.
Yeah, with the
which
Boulay
is
Oh,
like,
rough. I
brothers
didn't know-
instead
I
of
thought it was new.
RuPaul.
I didn't realize it was around for a while.
4th season.
And
is
it
right
just
now, but
got
they also
renewed
had
for
one
season
before.
5.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Rejoice,
check it out.
friends.
It's a lot of fun. Start with the first season. They're
can't.
like
They're not on Shutter anymore.
no.
Nope, I tried. I tried season 1, season 2, season 3, all gone. You can't watch them
That's
anymore.
weird.
I had to.
They'll be back.
The only thing I could watch
They'll be
was the Reanimated or Resurrected or whatever the hell it was. Like the
I haven't
hour.
seen- that's the one I haven't seen.
It's awesome. It
Haven't
was
seen
so good. Yeah, when Saint wins, spoiler everybody because if you watch season 4, whatever.
Saints in this.
Oh,
yeah,
forget.
that's why
Sorry.
Saint was in this because she won the Resurrected thing,
Yeah.
and then they brought back
cool.
Dahlia, who
It's a good time. It's
awesome.
they do some wild looking. Dolly's amazing. Like I want to be Dolly's best friend just because they look like Dolly, like the coolest looking makeup, dude. Like they need
if you're a
like
fan
a
of
comic book written about them.
if you're
it's wild.
if you're a fan of Dolly, well, Dolly's won the comic thing, didn't she? Yeah, no,
something like that. Yeah, rock and roll magazine.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yes.
metal
Yeah.
magazine.
I think she won that one. I can't remember, but she
Yeah,
did
she did.
really well with in the resurrected thing. It was
Yeah.
so close between her and Saint. That one was so good. And then
but now you watch this season, like one is
Fucking
way better than the other one. So
blows out of the water. Yeah.
I've never seen it. I'll have to watch Resurrect.
You just saw Santa Claus and myself just nerd out over
Santa Claus nerd out
Dracula.
over a drag show. So
hell yeah. Hey man, drag
So there you
shows
go.
are awesome.
Huge fan. There's actually a live one up at Ralph's this weekend, but I already have Santa.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie already has plans. Santa Claus can't make it. He's getting ready. Santa Claus is getting ready for his other big weekend next week, so there's a lot of work.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Some Christmas day. I don't know. I'm over it, to be honest with you.
Santa Claus, fuck Christmas. Christmas sucks. Christmas sucks my left
nut.
nut.
You're not wrong, young Benjamin in the Frankensteins.
Mm-hmm.
But Santa Claus has a job to do, and this is one job.
That's
you
a shitty job.
You know what's the most horrible night out of all the holidays? Christmas Eve, even more so than Hallows Eve, apparently.
You might be right, especially because the creepy ass grandpa said that.
If I was that little kid, I'd be traumatized. Well, I mean, he was traumatized for life, but that's like the scariest shit ever. If your grandfather finally talks to you for the first time,
an asshole.
and he was like, "You're gonna go to fucking hell, you little bitch," and then, by the way, it came true, and I was like, "Oh fuck."
Well, I mean, that planted the seed, and then of course with the twist of fate with the guy just with Santa Robin shit.
Oh, come on, boo. We don't talk about Jeff Hardy now. Boo.
He's fine.
Boo.
This is a wrestling thing.
Jeff Hardy?
The Hardy Boys? You remember the Hardy Boys, right?
I remember the Hardy Boys.
The
Hardy Boys do a move called the Twist of Fate.
That's their finisher. Or besides the Swanton.
And Jeff is in like the news right now because
I did an
yeah, he just got released.
That's why we have to take our jabs when we can, sir. We have to take our
jab.
Santa Claus. Santa Claus is gonna jab away.
He's gonna jab. He's jabbing with axes and arrows and.
Something I noticed about the Santa Claus is that Tim Allen's in it. No, every single it is a great movie. Every Santa Claus, they just magically all got the exact same suit. I don't know how they managed to do that. Did you notice that? Every time you see a Santa Claus on the screen, there's like 5 or 6 different Santa Clauses. They all wear the exact same Santa Claus suit.
They're all mall Santas.
No, but it's the same
The only
suit.
one, Goldberg. Goldberg's in the same suit. Goldberg is like ancient.
It's just him. Yeah, but in this movie, every single Santa Claus, you see 5 of them at least. In this one movie, no.
They like connecting all the other Santa's movies.
No. In this one movie, they're all wearing So they all
it's 80s holiday consumerism. They all look the same. It's gonna happen.
Either that or they were just fucking cheap. And in set design, they were cheap.
Well, I mean,
it's an independent movie.
I have a good feeling that this movie was pretty low budget.
We gave that away.
Also, this movie was outrage. This movie drew outrage when it came out. We all know that, right? That's the one thing I did know about.
Yeah, I mean, because like it makes a Christmas holiday look terrible because like you could do a horror movie on Halloween. Nobody's got a bad eye on that, but you ruin a sacred religious holiday of Christmas.
Well, nowadays I don't think anybody would give a shit, to be honest with you. But back in 1984,
why did they care about this when Black Xmas or Black Christmas, whatever came out way before?
Well, here's the thing with Black Christmas. The 2006 remake
is Black Xmas. Yeah.
The original is Black Christmas. The thing with that, I think it didn't go too mainstream. I mean, Silent Night, Deadly Night only did because of the slasher explosion of the 80s.
Yeah.
At least that's
this movie was this movie was promoted like the.
Well, here's the thing. Black Christmas is actually kind of started before Halloween. Black Christmas started that atmospheric stalker horror, and
a lot of people say that's truly like a lot of people say that one actually is the first actual slasher.
That is the first actual slasher. Oh yeah. And then that's why I love the.
Excuse me, I would say that's Psycho.
But you're not wrong. Actually, you're right.
I've never considered Psycho a fucking slasher movie.
At least one person gets a knife stuck in them multiple times.
Here's the thing with Psycho. I mean, yes and no. I agree with both of you only because the fact that slasher was a thing. But it did break that barrier of thriller and like I mean that twist with the shower scene. shower scene. Hello.
Shower scene. Yeah.
Kind of really messed with people. I think it pulled off like the like extreme of a slasher. It just wasn't in that terminology, and also it was based on a serial killer. It was based on Ed Gein. So I think you're both right in a way. It just wasn't, it just wasn't. It was Hitchcock
Santa,
did a slasher. That's
Santa would go more towards psychological thriller.
Well, yeah, with
early horror.
Citizen Kane, Birds, Vertigo, all that stuff is way more psychological stuff.
I wouldn't count this as because I think there's only one actual death scene in that movie, isn't there? Isn't it just the one shower scene?
There's two.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean three if you count the mom.
Scene. No,
because you get the realization.
Santa's an old man. I've seen a lot of movies, so it's been a while.
Yeah, I've literally only seen Psycho once.
It all trickles down. You can go right from Psycho to Black Christmas to Halloween and even Friday the 13th because they all have there's a similar theme in there. With all of them. I mean, they all in some way.
I think when you look at
down horrornomics.
I think it's the way that the movie's shot. Like, when you look at something like a Halloween, or when you look at something like a Maniac, or when you look at something like Friday the 13th, especially Friday the 13th and Halloween, it's the first person perspective. You get the I think it's the stalk of the prey that makes it the slasher versus Psycho just had a scene or two that was shocking, but it's not like you're not watching like a prey being stalked. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you watch a prey being stalked.
Because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not really a slasher, really.
I agree.
I don't think it is.
It has elements, but it's not.
Yeah, it's definitely not a slasher.
Out of all of them, in my opinion, that's probably the most pure horror movies. Like just horror movies.
We could put Texas Chainsaw Massacre as probably maybe one of the original torture porns, actually.
I think it probably is the original.
Well, the whole dinner scene alone definitely.
What came out first, that or Last House on the Left? Because Last House on the Left was pretty fucking gross. That had some issues.
Oh, but Last House on the Left was kind of in torture porn, but it was more in the exploitive revenge.
I Spit on Your Grave came out around the same time too, and that kind of did the same thing.
Yep.
I've never seen that, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's still.
I know it's I know it's in that same.
There's a lot of crisscrossing now we talk about. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, people. You get a lot of education right here.
When I was young, Texas Chainsaw was one of my favorite horror movies. It was my favorite out of like the big. Again, we're gonna, spoiler alert for a couple weeks from now, we're gonna do our tier list. But I'd like to do that for the new whenever our first show after the New Year is, which I think we talked about last week. But when we do our top tier list or whatever, which is gonna be an interesting conversation, I had to buckle in for that one because.
And then
dry January was
that sounds like a Friday night.
Young Edward realized that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a franchise, and you went, "Oh no, that's the real horror to him."
No. So I didn't have a problem. It did bum me out because I will be honest, when I was young, that's one of the first series where I remember renting. Like I used to rent the first one all the time, and then I would remember let me rent the second one to see what it's like, because the way you think about it, you watch like Halloween 2, similar movie, same concept, right? You watch Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th,
totally different.
Even though they get a little bit different, they're still in the same world. So they get a little wacky sometimes, but they're still in the same world. You watch Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, 3, they might get a little more ridiculous, but it's still the same world.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2, you're right.
Dude, fucking 180.
They're not the same planet, let alone.
I don't remember if I said that in the show. I remember loving the original only because I thought it was actually based on true events, based on a true guy, but not on the true events.
Well, yeah, it's
because of that.
I'll tell you what, it fucking feels like it feels like it is.
That's what it is. I wasn't. Gross. I love campy 80s as a kid, but I think I got thrown. I think, like you said, you get thrown off by Texas 2 because of that, where you normally would love it. I hate it because of what the first one did. But then
I can't stand the second one, and a lot of people love it.
I love the second one.
You guys suck. I love it. Joe loves it. Sorry, I thought you were about to.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Well, when I first saw it, I think.
Oh, my bad.
When was the last time you watched it, Ed?
When I was a teenager.
Oh, you gotta rewatch it.
I just watched part 2, fucking a month or two ago.
That could be another discussion in the future.
I adore part 2.
Part 2. Or maybe the whole Texas
until we do it for the show. Yeah, I won't do it. I won't do it until we talk about it for the show. Yeah. Just because I really I have a fond.
The chicken part 2. I just saw her in Hatchet part 3.
Yeah, she's cool in Hatchet 3. I liked her in 3.
She was on that In Search of Darkness. She did a pretty cool part. And she's a great part of. I think the second one she talks about a lot about like women's empowerment and stuff, which is great.
She does, yeah. Her and Linnea Quigley both like have a big part in it.
Well, yeah, Linnea is the difference though. There is like Linnea is a legit. She's
she's a horror icon in her own right.
She's
in
a
my
legit
opinion.
scream. I mean, she's not only a scream queen. She's like a legit, in my opinion, like a B movie horror icon. Like she's as big as. It depends on what pack you run with. Like I just every movie that.
She's a big. I think if you go say Jamie Lee Curtis, I'll say she is too. It's just.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis is probably.
It's just Jamie Lee Curtis fucking
funny?
skyrocketed in popularity.
I've never seen a lot of her other movies. So like I've never seen the original Prom Night.
Yeah.
So and
you
I
see
know
her
that
in
really
True Lies.
Well, of course we all did.
Yeah.
The best, the strip scene. Or she was that's her in True Lies, right? Or is that
I seen the unrated version where it's not Arnold, it's actually Michael Myers watching her.
Oh, true.
I like it.
Actually, the meme.
Yeah. And
I like it.
The strip scene and shit.
Yeah, no, I mean she's also in what's that? What is it? Trading Places, the Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd movie. She was in that.
She's in Freaky Friday with
I'm pretty sure you see her boobies in that movie too.
You see her boobies in True Lies, don't you?
Trading Places.
And no,
you don't in True Lies.
Oh yes, no, then you're right.
Places, I'm pretty sure you do though. I'm almost positive that, or it's a different actress, but it's definitely her. It's her in that movie, and she's good in that movie.
That's some tug time right there.
Because it's like her as Laurie Strode, and then like if you don't know any of her other movies until like the '90s, True Lies, all those movies, like when you see her that young, you're like, oh holy shit, she was in a lot of stuff. Like that, I didn't watch any of those movies when I was growing up. I watched a lot of other stuff, So
yeah,
she was a big actress when I was really really young. So she's beyond my like. She would be the equivalent of like. Who don't I know now? Who's the chick from Harry Potter? That's kind of a big deal.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Am I saying her name right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't pull that girl out of a fucking lineup. I have no idea what she looks like. I couldn't tell you, but I know that she's a big deal. I know that she's in that movie, and I know everything else.
What about Anna Kendrick? Actually, she's another one.
I know. I know
from like Step Up and shit.
I've seen a couple of her movies because it was Santa Claus. Santa Claus is past elves might have had to get him to watch it. I don't know how to say that in a politically correct way. Santa Claus might have been handcuffed into watching some stuff with Anna Kendrick, so I know who she is all I'm getting at. No, I know who she is.
I saw her in The Accountant.
I'm not very familiar. I know who Kristen Stewart is, but I don't like anything she's ever done.
She's great in Underwater.
Yeah, she's good in that. What's that movie with her and fucking my God, what the hell is that girl in War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise? Dakota Fanning.
Oh yeah.
Yes, she's fucking awesome in that movie.
What is that? Because I think I heard of it.
It's like they're like rock and roll stars or something. I can't remember.
It's The Runaways?
Yes, The Runaways.
It was really good. Yeah.
That movie.
That's a biopic. I've never seen.
Yeah, that movie's fucking awesome.
It was really good.
That's a real band, right, Ben?
Yeah. I don't fucking know their shit. I don't give a shit.
Remember Cherry Bomb?
That's the only song I can name.
Pretty much the only song you need to know. But do you know who's in that band?
Me, motherfucker. I don't care.
Joe, learn them.
I don't know them too well myself. I know Cherry Bomb, but
put it this way. Use your Google machine and look up who was in the original Runaway band.
No, I don't want to.
And you're gonna go, oh shit.
Unless it's Joan Jett, then I don't care.
That's it.
That was my only guess, is that it was Joan Jett.
We were talking about integrating with horror movies earlier.
Yeah, this is a horror show right now.
Wow, we got way off track. Santa Claus needs another eggnog in a minute. We got way off track.
You need a water.
There's water in it. It's ice.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's ice. That's how Santa Claus stays hydrated, Joe. I multitask.
We're talking integrating horror movies. Is like one main thing that like there's a lot of Halloween and Friday the 13th themes in this movie, with like holiday like horror, with Halloween, with even Sleepaway Camp. Actually, I thought about earlier. Sleepaway Camp is a Sleepaway Camp feeling. Even though I think Sleepaway Camp came before this, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of
This is 84.
I think that was 83.
Yeah, so I think
came, I
Sleepaway
thought it
Camp
was
was
81 or 2. I could be
yeah,
wrong.
I think you're right. So like there's with the whole bullying aspect, there's the trauma aspect, and I gotta say, I did not expect this movie to see him grow up. I thought you're gonna see a little bit of his childhood and then get right to the killing. This whole entire movie is Billy's story.
Yeah, you get it
I
takes
thought
about
that was really.
it takes about a half hour before
Yeah.
you get to see Billy, like adult Billy.
Yeah.
It's at least a half hour.
Also, this movie fucking cooks. It's like it feels like it's as short as Santa's Sleigh. This movie is
It's
super
about
quick.
maybe 5 minutes longer. Maybe.
Yeah,
There's not much. Yeah, there's not much to this movie. It happens fast.
I was worried about that because the way it was building up the story, I was like, oh my god, is it going to like just
And
fall short?
dude, the unrated version is literally only 2 minutes longer. Like if
it's
you
probably,
if
it's
you
probably
look
add
at
a
the
little
time,
more kills, or not a little more kills, but a little more.
it
to the
adds
kill.
it adds a little bit more gore when the lady in the retail store dies. You see her like stomach get stabbed with an arrow or something. You see a little bit more gore there.
Yeah, that was sick.
You can
and
definitely
you see a little bit more like a little bit more booby action.
Yeah, when the antler lady is getting, or Linnea Quigley, she's getting stabbed. I think you can see like the prosthetic a little bit more.
Yeah,
in that you can
Dude,
definitely tell it's the unrated
joke,
cut though.
That is one of
Not
the
in a bad way.
best, one of the best early kill scenes I've ever seen. That's up there with stuff on like the Prowler. Like that was phenomenal. That scene was great.
I'll say
a lot of the other kills in this movie were kind of schlocky, but that was
fantastic. Well, when he killed the girl he actually liked, and then she was making out with his boss, the stock manager.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call it making out. I would call it being molested by.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna get to that point. I was trying to like gently get to that point when you find out he's a real, well, you know he's a douchebag, but then he's like trying.
He's a fucking creep.
He's
a creep too.
Yeah.
So and I like this play when they do this with slashes, because they kind of did it with Jason 8 too. When the girl got like attacked in the city, he kind of saved her, but he wasn't saving her. But with this, he did kind of save her because he felt for her. But then
she was naughty.
She's naughty, and then that whole scene where he stabs her, that was really like it just added to like that whole disturbing like dirty feel.
He finally just tapped. He switched over.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's analyze that for a second, because if she had reacted differently to it, if she had thanked him for saving her from getting raped,
you think
he wouldn't have killed her.
Exactly.
Little gratitude, maybe.
I'm not saying it was right, but
it goes into human nature. It goes into human nature where it's like
I really want to talk about this scene actually, because this is where he snaps, right?
Yeah, it's a really good scene.
I'm going to give a really quick synopsis. We can kind of jump back and forth between. So now that we're talking about the movie, we're actually talking about the movie. Here's how this movie runs down. It starts off as a little kid with his family going on a trip to see Grandpa. Grandpa's a fucking deaf mute, whatever, in a psych ward. Parents go off to check on something. He turns into an evil dickhead that's pretending to be a fucking Looney Tune. Talks a bunch of shit about Santa Claus coming to kill all the naughty people. Then parents come back. Fucking little kids left there to be like, God damn, in the back of the car on the way home.
By the way, that made me think of Rachel with Zelda from Pet Sematary.
Oh yeah, very similar. Yeah. Well, without the deformity and grossness.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I mean, about the concept of like leaving your kid alone with.
Yeah, with somebody that you shouldn't have. Yeah.
But yeah.
I agree. That's a good point. In the car ride home, also you see a Santa Claus rob a person, kill him
for $31.
You know right there that they're gonna cross paths. They cross paths. Santa Claus fucking kills Dad to try to steal the car.
So I give some guts. He backed up that car trying to get out of there, but Santa Claus got him.
Tries to grab his mom out of there. The little kid runs. Billy runs, hides, watches his mom get fucking borderline raped, and then her neck slit. And then so he's left to like, as a little kid, traumatized by, while his little brother's screaming in the background.
Do they ever mention what happens to the kid, to the baby?
Yeah, you see him.
He's in the orphan. He's in the orphanage.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah,
he's like three different actors in this movie.
Yeah,
because you see him as a baby, then you see him as a little kid, and then you see him as like a little bit older at the very end. The very, very last scene.
That's his brother.
That's the brother. Where the kid goes, "You're naughty."
Yeah, because then that shows how the trauma like passes down.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
Which is I thought was brilliant. Actually, I thought it was a very great ending.
That makes a lot more sense.
The only thing I think that they did wrong was that kid should have been a little bit older. The very last one should, if you look at the timeline wise, because
Billy's probably like
supposedly
20.
when he snaps,
He's
no,
18.
Oh, he's
supposedly only
18.
18.
Okay.
18, yeah.
So like, how old do you think he was when he watched his parents get killed? 7?
See.
Yeah, because it was about a year. It was about a year when he goes to the orphanage, like all that time.
You see the little kid, so the little kid's probably so. If we'll
like
say
6.
that Billy's 6, they probably even say it, but we'll say that he's 6, right? And the baby is a baby, around
Like
1
a
year
year.
old, right? So
Let's just
So
say
that kid should
year.
be
there's a
about
5-year gap.
12. He should be about,
We'll say there's a 5-year gap, right? So on average, right? Maybe it's more, maybe it's. I'm going to use 5 years, 5 to 6 years, somewhere around there. So then when they show Billy in the orphanage, so now this is probably 3 to 4 years in, 2 to 3 years in or so, because now the little kid is not, he's definitely not 3, the little brother.
He's at least
probably closer to
5,
like
maybe 6.
5, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So he's probably 5 or 6. So that means Billy's probably what, 8 or 9 by this point, maybe 10, somewhere in that range. If you're going to give a little bit of a gap. So then to flash forward to 18, the little brother can't be much older than 9, 10 max. There's not a 10-year age gap between these kids, as far as
I thought the kid looked at least 10, 11 years old. So
in the final scene.
yeah, he looks like yeah.
I thought he looked. What I'm getting at is he should have looked
probably.
older. He should have been like.
I actually agree with that.
Is what I'm saying. Just because of the way, like,
well,
I can't picture him being much more than 6 or 7 years.
If he was 6 years younger, and then his brother's 18, he's 12. They kind of did it right, actually.
I don't.
The only reason why I don't agree with that is because I'm so used to this.
My problem is at 12 years old, I was the same height with a beard. So
we can't compare you to other 12-year-olds, man.
I'm not. I'm just simply saying that's what my gauge is. Also,
we had this conversation before with age. You judging characters by age. you gorilla.
Hold on. Santa Claus's little brother, the elf below us, happens to be 9 years younger than Santa Claus.
I take offense to that.
You know, I've seen that before. You know, so that's where my brain looks at that and goes,
"Excuse you, we referred to me as a short king. I'm
gonna call you an elf.
Nope, short king.
But not going in.
I'm gonna call you fucking
short,
Krampus, whatever I want to call you.
King.
Settle down there.
I forgot my crown somewhere. It's probably in the present. It's probably in that present right here.
You may be right.
All right, so the kid's in the orphanage.
Long story short, it's irrelevant. You see the brother 3 times. Yeah. My one gripe was I thought the little kid, the very last scene, should have looked.
He should have been in it way more. He should have been like.
He's in it enough.
It's about Billy.
I know, but like
his brother was in it.
Remember the trauma.
True. His brother was in it the right amount of scenes to get that brain moving the way the things happen in this movie. The way they show how trauma affects and how in some weird metaphorical way how it kind of spreads depending on the situation. So I think they did that kind of right. Yeah. Surprising because it's a very schlocky movie.
On that one. Yeah, I agree with you,
Joe. For very schlocky, very cheesy, it can be at some time. The theme of this movie was very well done. Like it was it was well written. It's a well written movie actually.
And what we know too about Billy, and yes, before anybody says anything, yes, I know that they kind of built up to that point and they showed it a good amount of times. That kid is clearly inhuman with his strength. He is the strongest man alive because he can pick a guy up by one hand and just hold him there perfectly.
Well, look at Roy. Roy from Friday the 13th Part 5. He got so mad he was able to kick indoors. He didn't have the superhuman strength like Jason did. You know, but his anger and adrenaline.
That's all technique, my friend.
That's all technique.
I'll bust in this door right here. No, that's a window.
If a mom can lift a car to save her baby, then Billy can lift some jerk dude with Christmas lights and choke him to death. I mean, one-handed. He can do it. Ben?
No.
Just because you can't do it doesn't mean you can't do it.
I can. I'll pick you up, motherfucker. I'll fucking give me some Christmas lights. I'll bring your ass down to my height. Chop you down, fucking
right down to like a 3-foot like zombie like a phantasm.
What do you like? 6'1"? I'll bring you down fucking 8 inches.
No, I'm like 5'10" and a half, dude.
Listen, you're taller than me. Everybody is fucking 6'4" to me.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yeah. If you think Joe's 6'1", how tall do you think I am?
Fucking, I don't know, man. Like, did you not just hear me? I said everybody is like 6 feet at least to me.
That's really funny.
Braden's 6'1", so like I'm just used to that. And then Dave's
so too, I found it interesting.
There's no way Braden's 6'1", but we're not gonna get into that right now. Go ahead.
I
Joe.
found it. Yeah, I'm trying to keep. There's like 3 or 4 Sherman rants in this, which is amazing. But I'm trying to pull them back.
Oh yeah, they're gonna keep on going.
Awesome.
Keep us tight.
I do also find it interesting when we continue the trauma within the orphanage, which is a Catholic school, by the way. So you got a very strict nun, Mother Superior, Scroogey Superior.
Yep.
Mother
Mother Superior is
she was
awesome.
hardcore, man. I
She's
also
badass.
love the fact I love the fact you did have the very compassionate nun that tried helping Margaret, which I thought she was great because
And hot.
you had the one character who showed some form of compassion at all in this movie, that an understanding, which is like, you know, another like hitting metaphor theme to like human whatever interaction or the way we try to see each other, you know, like just one simple thing of compassion could maybe save this kid, you know, and but it couldn't, you know, and then the mother said, it's like, you know, like, oh yeah, he may be having his memories, maybe haunting him, but we're going to do this right way where he can like get rid of him. It's like, ooh, okay.
Here's my one thing.
Yikes.
Why
Yikes.
does it fucking matter that this kid is afraid of Santa Claus? Like, I don't know why Mother Superior was so like on this. No, he's gonna sit on fucking Saint Nick's lap. I think that's so stupid. Like, the kid's afraid of Santa Claus. Just get him away.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
That is an old thing. You know,
that's like just like get the fuck over it. Shut up, bitch. Yeah. Just like I'll fucking uppercut your titties off. It's just stupid. It's like it's like, oh, you have to sit on this old man's lap. It's like, but why? Like, it's just he's clearly afraid of him.
Ben, were you mad she didn't get killed at the end? Spoiler alert. Naughty spoiler.
No, it says naughty boys above us. Don't worry. I just don't. Yeah, like, she should have gotten her comeuppance, and she didn't. And that did annoy me. Because
I mean, that would have been really fucked up if like 20 kids watch a nun in the wheelchair get an axe in her chest. I'm kind of glad it didn't happen. Now I think about it.
The trauma spreads, and then that plants the seeds for the other fucking four movies.
Actually, what's a great the only part 2 relates to 1 apparently, but the other ones don't. But like I think actually what's great, I know we're jumping ahead like we said we would, but I think what's great about that she didn't die was the fact we talk about the infection of trauma. Remember what she said? She's like, oh, he's such a nice kid, so much better than his brother Billy, and now he's the kid who's going to turn into like his brother. So how does that play a little bit to his psychosis now, you know? So actually it was well, that's a good way of doing it. That's a good way of doing it. See, I told you I didn't have to write anything down. I was already prepared for these like deep conversations.
And at least Chop Top is in one of these
deeper
movies.
Deeper to the deer antler.
I was trying to give Joseph a little bit of an opportunity. I, for one, wanted to see Mother Superior get her fucking wig split. With that
I did too.
I wanted that bitch to die so bad.
Because
I did. I'll be honest, I did too.
That lady for putting that kid through that shit. Yeah. You want to talk about making your friend Santa Claus here a little uncomfortable?
Oof.
Man.
Yeah, I remember what you felt and how you felt. We're watching Trick or Treat with the bus scene, the bus massacre scene. I know that bothered, and there's a lot of that in this.
Yeah,
a little bit.
There was a couple times where I watched a couple things and I'm like,
dude, when they fucking tie Billy down, it's like, come on, man.
That hits a little home. There's a couple times where I saw some shit happen.
Oh, dude, this is super reminiscent of Grandma Sherman.
Yeah, I was gonna say it got me itching a little bit, a couple times.
Dude, the second I was like, oh god, they're gonna pull out fucking baked beans and make me sit in a chair and force me to eat it. Thanks, Grandma Sherman. I love baked beans for the rest of my life. Smile, boy. Hey, fat boy. Get Budweiser.
Oh man,
that's
not good. Can I borrow that? If it pops in my head for a story.
Oh, our grandma.
Oh, if you want it,
sure.
Oh, we'll tell you. You want some real?
Because I had another. My imagination's coming back. Thankfully,
you want some fucking real life, like trauma stories from
real life? Yeah, we'll give you some.
The beans thing just popped in my head, and her saying "fat boy."
Please utilize them.
Yes.
The cackling fucking cool witch that sits in the.
It also made me think of when Freddy Krueger was feeding that poor model, where she was like, he just kept feeding her in part 5.
Yeah.
Feeding her food,
Bon
and
appetit,
then
bitch.
in the fridge, when Alice opens the fridge and she pops out all the food. Oh my god, that's probably one of the best scenes in that movie.
I agree.
Yeah, so that's what made me think of that whole thing. But yeah,
our grandma sucked.
Not to go off.
That's also the one with the cockroach scene, right? Where the lady lifts.
That's part 4.
That's 4.
Okay.
They look the
That was
same
good.
almost. The
That
two
was
young
good.
Yeah,
ladies.
that
That
was
was
the
good to
problem with
say.
4 and 5 is
For
5
whatever reason, they feel like the same movie.
they
I'll
are.
be honest.
They're pretty much like the exact same. They take the exact same
Oh,
tropes of
the
characters.
difference is 4 is the better one. 5 is the one with Super Freddy.
I
Yes.
like 5.
Yes.
I like
5 had Super
Dream
Freddy.
Shark, I like 5.
5 is the one with the motorcycle, right? And the fucking
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
some of the best special
Bad
effects.
year, Dan.
That was great.
Let me tell you something. That also helped me out. I'll throw a little more book influence. That helped me out with the Deathstalkers, the Scorpion Bikers in Death Highway 1 and 2, with the organics of like the combination of mechanics and organism in the motorcycle. Because that freaking scene, man.
Was part 5 with the nerdy chick, and then Freddy's like wanna suck face?
That's part 4.
That is part 4. Okay, because that one I adore that kill, and he goes, "You flunked," after he fucking sucks the life out of her. Love that. Oh my god. Oh, part 5 is the swimmer girl.
Yeah, she survived.
That's what. And she's in the fucking super tall tower. That's her nightmare, and she lives for some reason. Whatever. Anyway, none of the kills in this movie really fucking stick out to me. It's a lot of like the slow burn shit that I really liked, like the orphanage stuff I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought so. We skipped a couple things. I was just trying to give a really quick rundown of the earlier parts of these.
Hey, go back to that. Go back to that, because
yeah, just so we can go through, because I want to talk about like whether like the real fun happens or slash stuff happens. Yeah. So Billy's in this orphanage dealing with some nuns. One Mother Superior is a real. I'm just gonna say this asshole. I was gonna say a different word, but I already stopped myself. Yeah, she was a real piece of shit. The other nun, I can't remember her name. She was really sweet. She tried to save him. That's a good way to put it too.
She was awesome.
We'll skip a couple things because they might tie it back in a little while. But then he ends up. It kind of flashes forward after he gets traumatized a couple times, and then you see him as an 18-year-old and a nicer nun
and a hunk.
Yeah, very direct. Brings him into a local retail store that reminded me of like Benny's in Rhode Island when that was.
Dude, it was like Benny's. Holy
it was very
crap.
much like Benny. It had everything, right? So cool little like box store, local box store. And
the toys that they had in there, oh my god, they had fucking Castle Grayskull. They had like the whole like Jabba's Lair like playset and shit.
That's awesome.
That's
a Nate thing right there.
Yeah, man. What I wouldn't give to even have like the box set of Castle Grayskull, which by the way, if you guys haven't, I could not recommend the He-Man show enough. The new one, Masters of the Universe. It's genuinely amazing. It's like actually like I will fucking put my hand to it. Kevin Smith annihilated this whole. It was so good.
I'm not surprised by that.
And
you mean He-Woman?
No, I see what you did there, and that's technically a spoiler. No, that got people really mad, for no reason. What's the show called? It's not fucking He-Man. The show's called Masters of the Universe, and they did that for a reason.
That's a good.
And I'm glad they did, because Prince Adam is fucking dumb, and the show's all about the one and true, the Skeletor, the main man, and Mark Hamill is actually awesome as Skeletor. I'm a little biased, I know, but he was really good.
All right, so
the best part, they confirmed that Skeletor fucks. He fucks Eva Lynn, and it's awesome. That's it.
I got so many jokes. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
He gives her the boner.
Look at Ed.
He shows her the bumbling boob.
That was a very Skeletor like jaw movement you just did there,
what?
Eddie. Oh, Santa, sorry. Santa Vegas.
Show's awesome.
Fucking
Everyone should go watch it.
I'm just trying to have some fun.
Orko's the best. I could nerd out about that show. Anyway.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
I'd like to fist him.
Hoodles. This movie's awesome.
The Sherman rants in a while. This is pretty good.
It's been a little while, yeah. We've gone off a few tangents on this one already.
But we're pulling back pretty good. That's all that matters.
pulling it back. So with
awesome.
Where were we? We were at
we're at the Benny's lookalike store.
Let's just
which
go.
Is probably one of the greatest, cheesiest scenes ever. Like, it made you feel so happy. You almost want to throw up. I was like, this is great.
The montage of him like
dude, the montage is awesome. That shit's
with the
great.
song that was written for this movie that
Yes.
sounds like a real
I love
was
that song.
ridiculous.
I wanted to try to find it.
That was so country too. That song. I was getting a very.
I didn't know
Taylor
it was
Swift
written
feel.
for
I could
this
be wrong,
movie.
'cause I don't know country, but
That's funny.
Yeah, so that song, and then there's some other song that's written for this movie that were done by the same person.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Then
wow.
this little block of the movie, it goes probably to easily.
It goes on for like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the craziest.
It's the
most
weirdest
ridiculous
montage. But the one of the
Oh,
scenes,
man.
like a scene or two after that, is easily my favorite part of the movie. Is when Billy first is Santa Claus and he's like dealing with the kids, and he has like the little girl sitting on her, and he goes,
it's so
like,
awkward.
dude, I don't know why I thought that scene was so fucking good, man.
It was so good, but you also kind of like cringe a little bit.
Santa Claus needs to refill his eggnog. Keep going.
Okay. I am so glad I'm drinking coffee right now. If he's drinking like eggnog like a maniac.
I think Santa Claus has a drinking problem.
We've been
When he comes back, we need to scream intervention at him. Intervention.
It's going to turn to a whole other rant. We're never gonna get the show done if we do that.
Oh, good point. Good point.
I'm trying to keep good side rants, but then not go like complete crazy. It's Tuesday night, for crying out loud.
True.
That's what we're saving for the New Year's one. What the hell's it called again?
12.
The tier.
We're doing that too. Oh God,
that one. That's going to be wacky.
God, people, we're fucking we're booked up.
No, that whole thing, and that also was great with him leading to everything was so strategically planned with this character. Like, it's almost like, like, and there's real life stuff that's as crazy or weird like this, where somebody just keeps going through all these things that leads right to their mental state just completely cracking, like chestnuts over open fire, and I'm so sad Ed missed that joke. And so him becoming Santa, I was like, oh, this is the way he did it too. The boss like, oh, you could become Santa, and it's just like,
it's like great.
He just fell right into it because he's just trying to be a good guy. He's trying to have that mental thing that Mother Superior said, like, it's
God bless.
And then
he did try, like he
did, but like, oh, the whole thing was he's just holding the keys. He's like, shut up, what's wrong with you, white? It was just so. Like, great, and
he keeps like
at the same time.
He keeps like whispering it so like none of the adults hear it, and they're like, "Oh wow, he's so good with kids," and he's basically being like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Like, and shit like that's creepy because like I would imagine weird shit like that's happening in real life where the parents don't know what's going on. You know, like where it's another great like metaphor or like sneaky little thing, which is like about like naiveness and like perspective, like they're like, oh, he's so good with kids, and we're just like, oh no, man.
And we're just like, yeah, he's great with them. Yep, he has his methods.
Well, I'm like, what the fuck's he whispering to my kid?
Yeah, I have mine. Everything's great.
He's holding that kid like he's about to rip a plastic doll in half. That's what it looked like. It's like, oh my god, this poor bastard, this poor kid. Everybody, I feel bad for everybody.
She didn't even get to ask, Santa what she wanted for Christmas.
No,
it was just like, oh God, this is awful, and I hate everything about this.
I was like, oh. And then, like, I guess we just keep it going. We want to talk more about that part.
No, there's not much else in that part. No. And then right afterwards, like the scene after, then it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. Let's get shit faced, which I actually thought was so funny. I've heard that line before. That line's like pretty famous. I think that was actually in Search of Darkness. That was wicked fucking funny. Like I actually like that got a real life laugh out of me. They start getting hammered. Dude, the only thing that made me laugh harder than that was watching the same guy do drunk acting. And like,
the drunk acting was horrible.
Dude, the drunk acting was like
so bad.
That was like master class drunk acting because of how terrible it was. But it looked like it was like on purpose of how terrible it was.
Yeah.
I feel like oh, go ahead.
I was gonna go with you on that. Do you feel like does it still make you think like, you know what, this is terrible, but people still act like this?
Yeah, because I see drunk people all the time, and let's just say they definitely don't act like that. No, no. I like you're seeing it live.
He's gonna watch this. He's just like, what the fuck, dude?
What? It's the same shit I'd say. See,
No,
I'm a good boy. I would never get put. See those are these are real presents.
You're lying.
That Santa Claus.
We don't see them because you got a fake fireplace in your background.
No, I'm pointing to the presents right now, motherfucker. They're right here.
Okay.
They're green and blue.
You know, you do have a naughty boys thing on top of our screen. So I don't believe you about this good boy crap.
Oh no, that was just about you two, and then probably under me, I'll say the best boy, the goodest, like a dog, the goodest boy.
Okay.
You know, because it's true. Yeah, but like, while we're just sitting here waiting for Santa Claus to get his beverage maybe in the next hour, I've seen the second one, but like the second one is really synonymous with being fucking horrible. And
yeah, I heard that, but I still want to watch it.
It's like up there for one of the worst movies ever made. I totally get why.
It has the best lines though.
Garbage Day.
I love
Garbage Day. Yeah, that shit's awesome. Like that shit is so iconic to me. It's like that and Trolls 2. Oh God, they're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Like
that movie is such a beloved movie for what it is.
That movie is fucking horrible, and I adore every second of it. There's a lot of movies that's like. It's like, oh, like you watch them knowing ahead of time that it's so terrible. Like that set up the precedent for like The Room.
I think that's just that look alone Ed just came in with is just as creepy as Billy trying to talk to kids with him on his lap as Santa. Like that's just
like that, you can try. Can I ask what I want for Christmas, or is that what I do at this?
I'm kidding.
Before, so I don't even know what
Santa Claus feels a little bit better about himself now. Thanks.
Oh, that's good. Ed, do you want to add any more to Billy's awkward Santa Claus moment?
No, I figured you guys could crush that. That was weird. The whole thing was weird.
Yeah, it was.
I
said to Ben, I was like, I just felt bad for him and that kid because you just know his head's broken and his poor kid's gonna suffer again the affection of trauma.
Here's I guess the only thing. I mean, you guys probably touched on it, but the one thing I'll lead up to, which we kind of like stopped on when me and you were talking about like some of the parallels of themes and psychology in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
When the first like kill happens, this is leading up to that. He seems like he is in a better place, and then he's kind of forced into this situation where it's going to make him snap, and nobody really knows that, right? So other than the one nun, excuse me, little Santa Claus ate one too many cookies, even though they're not up here, and the lead up to Santa Claus finally snapping, right, in the movie. Is pretty wild. So it leads into what we were already talking about earlier, where like you knew this was going to drive him to like kind of want to break, and then like when the after party happens, and then my actual probably favorite scene in the movie is, and I died laughing when he did it when the owner of the store like closes up, and he's, what the fuck did he say? He goes, I said it to start the show up.
It's 7 p.m. Let's get shit faced.
That's it. 7 o'clock.
About that. Yeah.
Time to get shit faced. Like I died. I laughed so fucking hard when he said that. So, and then that was an awkward scene when he's like, so how you doing, Billy? And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about my parents. They're dead. And he's like, oh, okay. Like he didn't know how to handle that one.
And I'm out of here.
All right.
All right.
Get drunk. All right. Sounds good. Thanks, man. Good conversation.
I guess he really did get hammered in the end, right?
Oh,
you might be right on that one.
Oh, if that's what they were going for, that's actually really funny.
I just thought right now, like, ooh, pun time.
Oh, that's actually funny.
Good callback. Almost like you set that one up.
And then Billy is really good with a bow and arrow, I guess. I don't know. They lost me on that one. That was the only one I was like, why?
You were thinking it.
It's possible. You never know. I mean, that's not.
They had a bomb shelter in the back of the church. I'm pretty sure he probably practiced in there.
Very well could have.
I guess, yeah.
That's a good point. That is definitely a good point. So when he moving forward but backwards to when we were talking about it is when he finally snaps and he comes in on Yeah, it comes in on the shitbag stock boy worker or whatever, trying to rape that lady that he really had a
What-
crush on.
That's a
This is
great
good.
scene because
Naughty.
it was the start. It was the start of his first kill, which I knew this,
Yeah.
but now we're talking about it. Was the flashback and that were exactly the same as
Yeah.
what happened to him, and that was that. Yeah, yeah. So I want to add to what you're saying. I just want to throw it out there.
Well, yeah. All I was gonna say is to the conversation we started a little while ago is it leads into the psychosis of it, right? So like he snaps, he does the naughty thing, you must be punished, and that's all because of Mary fucking blah 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 superior lady, whatever the hell her name is.
Mother Superior.
A lot of that's because of her. So she damaged him. The nice nun was right. You're gonna mess the kid up, which she did, making it worse. And you know, he snaps and he kills that guy and he hangs him, which we already talked about with the Christmas lights. And then he ends up, and I back to what I was saying earlier that got us in this tangent is, I think if that girl had come at him a different way, I think the outcome would have been different for her. I think that made him snap further to where it probably, the way I look at it is, like there is no him being good other than like if somebody's actually pure, like the little kid, right? Like when he breaks into that house and he kills
Are you
Linnea
sure
Quigley
you've
and
been
Tom
good?
or whatever the fucking name is.
Oh god,
That was awesome. That was another really good
That was
scene
a
too.
good. That was a good scene.
Also, we have not said this yet that I can think of. Give a shout out to the dude who played Billy because this is the first time he's ever acted before.
Yeah,
it's the first thing he's ever.
He was good. He was good.
I thought he was great. For his first time acting, and you have to act like this. Like good for him. Like he did a good job. I don't know what else he's ever done. I didn't look into that, but I do know that this was his first acting role. So that's a pretty synonymous thing with this movie. So good for him on that because this is a pretty wild role to do. It's tough to be Santa Claus. Trust me.
It's
I know.
you know, and I'm really happy. This was again. I knew nothing about this movie. I knew it was a very cult classic, borderline controversial because it's a holiday horror movie. I expected to be a straight up slasher, and then when it got to the and it is to some degree, but still the build up is not your straight up normal slasher. But then like we get to where he's killing people in the Benny's like store, the hardware store. I guess in somewhere. Wait, what was we call it? Outlet store? What was this called? I can't find the right word.
It was
retail. Yeah,
it was like Issa's toy store or something.
Yeah, I was a toy store, retail store. Yeah. So like, I was going to be real. I was like, oh man, I hope he's not going to be stuck in this the whole entire movie. You know, chasing after these people. No, it's like he killed them off really quick. All pretty decent kill scenes, actually. You know, the arrow. You know, the arrow was still good. The arrow was better than Sleepaway Camp arrow kill, but
true. That's true.
But like
and better than the Friday the 13th one.
And yeah. So, and it was cool to see him actually pull a Michael Myers and go out and try to kill everybody in the town. You know, and I'm also glad they didn't like spend a lot of time with that either. They just gave us the one great kill scene with the blonde hair dude that was Barry and the antler woman, which I don't remember her name. Sorry, Trash. So
I don't remember what her character's
Diane
name was, we'll
or something because the little girl was calling up for.
Yeah,
it was definitely something that began with a D, like Desiree or Diane or something, whatever.
How about this? While you two are talking, I'll look it up.
Okay, so like, you know, it was just cool to see like that form of like slasher where he terrorizes the town to some degree. And
he's a Santa Claus murderer.
The Santa Claus murderer is right. The Santa Slayer. And
oh my God, the next kill he gets is beautiful. The kid on the sled.
The kid in the sled's amazing. I'm glad you just jumped right to that because I actually lost what I was saying. The kid
because we already mentioned the dumb cops.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. The second they brought up the what.
Linnea Quigley's name in this movie is Denise.
Denise, thank you. Denise. Okay, I knew it began with a D.
Yeah, we're close.
I said Desiree or Diane. So
then we have Sister Margaret. Then we have Mr. Sims. Pamela is the lady that he's attracted to. Mrs. Randall is the other worker that helps them. Yeah, so there you go.
Okay.
I should have had this pulled up earlier, but my phone was charging, so I do
that's all right. That sled scene, man. That, you know, and I that was perfect, like horror urban legend kill where it's like, did you hear about that time with the kid in the sled? They went sledding and then
Santa
and his
Claus
friend came down with his not even Santa Claus. He didn't even see the kid get killed. It's like, imagine you're out with your friend out late at night. The kid comes down sledding and he arrives without his head.
Which is like, fucking awesome.
That's like that seems like an old folklore tale somewhere.
Well,
On Christmas
now
Eve, it's
that
great.
one,
It was
as
awesome.
great as that scene was, add in the fact that if you think about it, with the way he's going after people for like being naughty and nice,
Yeah.
like the dickhead like bully is the one who gets
Yep.
his head cut off.
He
Yeah,
didn't kill him,
good.
but yeah,
He was
killed,
naughty.
killed the main bully, right?
So
'Cause he didn't kill the other.
so far, I wasn't sad that he killed the guy who was trying to rape a chick. Like he deserved it
Nope, he did. Yep.
personally, right? This guy, I don't know if this bully deserved to get his head cut off, but I mean, if you're being a dickhead, you deserve some kind of punishment. So I agree with the punishment there.
Yeah.
Maybe, an axe to the throat is maybe a little aggressive, but whatever. To each their own. To each their own, right?
To each their own,
Everybody's
right?
moral standards are different, Joe. But the young lady so far has been the one where I was like, well, that's where you're the bad guy,
Well,
right? Because
yeah,
you
that is a
killed.
bad guy because he saved her. She's not going to understand because you killed somebody. Still, that she's not going to understand that. So now it
Right.
flips kind of the narrative a little bit, and then like you said, so right, yeah, that's yeah, yeah.
Good point. Good
It's
points. Good topics.
yeah, it's good topics. And you know what? When he I mean, you want to just keep going farther ahead and see where it goes?
They just
Yeah, I mean,
skyrocket to the
it-
end
it
pretty
does-
much.
it
We've got
move
the rest of this movie's fast,
Yeah,
so
yeah. So like when he kills
we've
the
already
cop,
talked about. Yeah, then the cops happen.
you know,
right?
it's interesting. That was in a way naughty because he killed the wrong Santa. He killed the wrong guy.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
interesting. So that's interesting. A little play on that.
He just
too.
shot first. He's like, cocksucker, and just shot him like 3 times in the back. And he's like, oh, well, you at least could have been
I'm
like
pretty
freeze
sure-
or
I
something.
did.
I'm pretty sure I heard him say, "Freeze, freeze." Greedo shot first. Freeze.
That's
Yeah.
that's oh, true. That's the uncut version. That's right. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Did,
I don't remember hearing that.
I think we just got another one past Joe.
I was in the moment. I must have missed that one. I was like right in the moment with the
I
scene.
mean,
'Cause I thought
I
I said to
made
myself,
a
that's the
nerdy
wrong
Star
Santa.
Wars joke, and I don't even like Star Wars.
Yeah, that's a Star Wars joke for you, people.
I made a Star Wars joke. for
Keep
kids.
up, everybody. Keep up.
I did laugh. I did. This is perfectly placed, but still cheesily placed. Where the cop is apologizing when he shot the wrong Santa, and he's like,
I'm
oh, that was a
sorry."
priest. And then no,
Yeah.
and he's like, but I yelled. She goes, he's deaf. Like talk about lazy.
Yeah, it was
He's
great.
deaf.
It was great.
Like, oh, okay. All right, my bad.
Oh, okay. All right. He's deaf. I want to know what.
I just love how he's like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I killed a guy.
But also, if you want to look at psychology of things, take a page out of Joe's book. You just shot a Santa Claus in front of a bunch of kids, so like
Yeah.
now you're
Yeah,
further-
and that's
Yeah.
awesome. The kid's
traumatizing.
got an experience. Yay.
I mean, Ben might be onto something. Yeah,
That's an experience. That's not trauma. That's like, woo, I saw a guy die. That's
Is that how we're gonna?
might be onto something.
yeah.
Well,
That's
the
how I'd
kids
look at
had- The news is gonna say the kids had an experience today.
Yeah, the kids. It's not. It's a good or bad one. Well, it's an experience. That's how I would frame this.
God. There's no
Santa
experience.
would like to say that they went on an adventure.
Yeah, they had.
Yeah.
They went on the magic school bus with Miss Frizzle,
like-
and they saw Santa get killed.
Jumanji with Robert
Right.
Williams. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So is every
that
adventure
was a dangerous good time.
is every adventure good or bad? It's an adventure. You'll never know
Oh man.
until you're done. Until
Wow.
Santa's dead on the ground. So, is that
Wow.
blood? Nope, it's Kool-Aid.
You know, and I gotta say too, what's great is when we do get to the part where he's about to kill Mother Superior or try to kill her. That almost seemed like that will be the ultimate closure to killing the final bully to some degree.
She's the final
and
boss.
The final boss, yeah.
She's the final
level.
boss. But he died.
But he died. He died. He didn't come to full closure.
Mm-hmm.
He did. DED.
DED.
He's naughty.
Dead. He was naughty. Now his brother carries on the legacy.
It's true.
Son of a bitch.
I had to say this. I think, and I don't know if they did it on purpose, but that shed where the cop was just like searching it and he got killed and then his body like pretty much fell down those crazy ass steps. That little bomb shelter behind the church. I do think, to add to the lore of this character, and I think this did it for open interpretation. That was like his little lair. That was like his little like escape to be maybe
would
extra
imagine.
naughty or what get out his
That's probably
demons.
what it was designed to be. Because why
Yeah.
else would they show that?
Yeah. I mean, and it's cool because you didn't have to go any further than that with it. You could just let that stay like open to interpretation. Like I said earlier, I repeat myself. Sorry. You know, so
You're good.
which it does play with the Black Christmas movies a little bit, and I'll get that another time. So, but yeah,
that pretty much. I
that's
mean, it is a movie.
that is it. That was a good talk. That was a good talk.
All over the place. We talked about a bunch of other stuff on top of that, but that's
That's
kind
what
of
we
what
always
do
do.
now.
But that's what
Which
we
I
do.
like. I like that. I like. It's more of a. It's a free form show. Some would even say borderline podcast. I like to just call it a show.
I like to
Yeah,
call
but
it an adventure.
we still talk about the themes. We still bounce organically
Yeah.
off each other. We still you still gave a little bit of a history lesson, which is actually I love because like there's a connection to the Halloween movies. I love that. So
our
you know,
adventures
I mean,
are like,
come on, Halloween. See, look at me. I'm already there. I'm there.
are they? Is
You're
it
welcome.
is it a good adventure like Strangers by the Lake, which is still probably our best show, or is it Summer of '87 that
drinking that much
I
whiskey
don't
ever
even
again.
remember? Some adventures are good, some adventures are bad.
Yeah.
You know, we had
Strangers
one.
by the Lake. I will stand by saying is one of the most beautifully artistic movie I've
It's
ever seen.
beautifully autistic.
Movies.
I agree with you.
And I feel like our episode that's not our magnum opus so far in what we've recorded. To me, that was probably I love doing the Nightmare one, but that's just me because I'm biased. And we had NATO Mac on it.
That was for you though. That one.
Yep.
My favorite. Well, my favorite's definitely Friday 13th. I love that breakdown episode. It was fun as hell, and I really love Poughkeepsie tapes because that was a fascinating conversation. And we still, I think we hit 2,500. It's up to 2,500, which is amazing.
Oh yeah.
But we still had a lot of great episodes.
That one slowed down, but it's. I mean, it's like anything else. It's tough to get these kind of things off the ground.
The show is definitely evolved quick.
We're having fun.
Over
Halloween
20...
3 gained some views. Halloween 3 gained some views. It's at 200 something. It's not fast, but it's building. People like Halloween 3.
People, so if you're at this part and you see this, and God bless you, because holy shit, fucking sub, God damn it, because most of the people that see this don't even fucking sub, and that's rude as heck. It's Christmas time.
Yeah. We gotta push that more. We need to push the YouTube side of it more in general. So
yeah.
Maybe we'll try like a YouTube live sometime because that's a whole different avenue. And that's where you get like Twitch is one thing because Twitch it's all based off of Scroogey Boy's account. So if we had our own, it would be a whole different thing.
I could also join Rumble and add side episodes that get different algorithm going too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's right. I forget that there's new things out there like Locals is a new one, Rumble's another one.
Patreon if you want to do extra stuff. If you want to do extra.
Patreon, you got to build up a little bit of a following, and once you get that, then that's when you add that in there because then that's a paywall. So make sure that
we would send one kiss to each Patreon.
Hey, baby steps, man.
I'm doing my writer stuff. I'm working towards a lot of that type of stuff. So we'll integrate and come full circle with it.
Well, that's the name of the game, right? And I'm again, Three Dudes is looking to relaunch, and actually, Spotify just released this week. Everybody now, any podcast can load video now. Now Joe Rogan's been he was the pilot. Like they figured it out, got it perfect with him, and then meaning like they had to update all the different versions of the app. Like for a long time, I could only get the video version of it on my phone.
Yeah.
And now I could watch his show or any video show upload on there on my TV. So just like a regular streaming site. So yeah. So if we wanted to, if we can figure that, it's through not Acorn. It's through something like that.
Roasting acorns on open fire.
Right behind Young Benjamin.
True.
Yeah, with Neo. Red acorn or blue acorn.
Exactly. So that's one that
very based.
Ben, you want to look into because if we can upload the video version to Spotify, that'd be that much cooler. Because then not only would you be able to listen to it, but then if you want to watch it, you can. Because what's cool about Spotify is you can just turn your phone off and still listen to it. You don't have to listen to it and watch it, which is nice. Okay. For YouTube, unless you pay for premium, you have to leave it on. Otherwise, it mutes it when you start your screen.
True. Let's rate this motherfucker.
Let's rate it. Let's rate this beauty.
I didn't realize how long we've been talking.
An hour and a half.
This one got by.
We hit the hour and a half, which is pretty good. That's where we usually start rating.
We had a good time tonight. That was fast. Holy shit. Santa Claus is in time warp, guys. How about this? Man.
Creepy on here is clap. I don't like that.
Nice, right? Santa Claus is trying to come up with something frisky for this one.
Oh, no.
So, here's what we're going to do. where I'm thinking, where Santa Claus is thinking, right, is I'm going to leave it up to you boys. I'm toying with the idea of going with 1 out of 10 punishments or naughty punishments.
I say the naughty punishments is really good. That just goes right with it. I like that.
Naughty punishments?
I mean, we still have the I like naughty punishments.
You like that?
Wait, whoa. Reword that. I like that as a rating.
I'll give you a naughty punishment, bud.
Hey, Colleen, take notice.
I like the naughty punishments. All right. We don't kink shame here, everybody.
I'm turning red as Billy the Santa. Actually, he had a little bit of a cherub face. I was impressed with that too. He did. He had a little. Oh my god, that's really funny.
Oh, let's go steroids.
No kink shaming here, guys.
Oh my god, that's really funny. Can't believe this came out. Okay.
You're welcome. Could have been worse. Could have been anything that I've said.
Naughty punishment rating. Okay.
Naughty punishment. 1 out of 10 naughty punishment.
1 out of 10.
I like nipple clamps personally, so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm at a little bit of a spank.
That's my naughty punishment.
I like to see how many pieces of hot coal I can shove up a keister.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
The wife and I really like nipple play, so.
Did you see what I did there?
I did.
Really hammed it in there.
Mm-hmm.
We use hot
you
coal.
go first. You go first.
All right. I was really actually pleasantly surprised by this movie. I wasn't surprised by the real really campiness of it and the cheese ballness. Like sometimes you're just like, oh my god, this is so bad. But at the same time, there's a lot of charm in this movie. There's a lot of great writing. I did not suspect. I was really impressed with the writing. I was really impressed with the character development of Billy. I love that it was his story. Some of the stuff was like a little brutal, but I think it was much needed to the character, and it was really well done. And I enjoyed the far-fetched Jason kill he did with the superhuman strength with the Christmas lights. So there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm just gonna give it 8.5 naughty punishments. It's that good to me. I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll go next, and I'll let Santa Claus go last. I wish I could be a little more positive on this. I don't hate it. I don't even really dislike it that much. I really liked the beginning, like the first act and like a half. Like the first half of the movie, I was super into, and then I don't know what it was, and like the second, I think the superhuman thing. I can believe that with Jason Voorhees because he's been built up over the years as this maniacal person. Fucking Michael Myers has never really done anything like to that extent. Where it's like
he hung a human being up as a Halloween decoration in the first movie. Do I have to keep telling people that?
Yeah,
every time.
But you don't see him just go up to a guy and instantly go, "Oh!" like he's a pillow.
What? He picks the dude up, puts him on the wall, and stabs him to hang up a Halloween decoration. It's the same thing.
It's all technique.
It's the same exact thing.
Technique with Michael Myers. Technique.
What?
Technique.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Whatever. Okay.
No, but he does with one hand. So, but seeing that, it was goofy, and it kind of took me out of the experience because you were building it up as this kind of psychological
a woman
thing.
Can pick up a car and save her child. A character can pick up a man with Christmas lights. Just saying.
No. Yeah. And phones can record Fat Russell Crowe in that movie that Ed doesn't like. So you kind of lose me. So it started to lose me, and then it's oh, but why did he kill the pretty lady? And I get it. I get why they did it because she went to be oh, you're a fucking psychopath or whatever she said. So he's oh, well, you're naughty too, bitch. So you kind of start losing me, and then it was getting a little boring to me. I didn't really care for the Linnea Quigley kill was pretty good, and then after that with the blonde guy, I didn't care. Then it started going down.
Fight, I gotta say that.
Yeah, true. The two dope cops, that was dumb. It was there
dumb.
It was there to just be dopey. I liked the fucking dude. That was awesome to me. That was pure slasher fun. Was the kid in the sled, and I adored the scene with Billy and the little girl, and he's like, "Are you sure you've been good?"
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
it's like building up that suspense. Like, oh shit, all right, is he gonna do it? And like, obviously he's not. And like, then he doesn't fucking get like he doesn't get his like real wish at the end to kill Mother Superiors. Like, that was just stupid to me. If he did, like, the payoff would have been to kill her because she's been like being posed as like this mega bitch. And like, maybe because I'm a little biased because I've dealt with like old mega bitches, you know, in my family. So like, maybe I wanted to see it, and like, I'm like rooting for him in like that scenario. So like, for me, I'm a little different. So just take it as you will. That to me was just a little weird. But like, maybe it's also too like, I've seen this 100 times before in theory, like with like Friday the 13th and all this stuff. So like, I'm not trying to dock points for that. Like, you still got to give it the creativity part. I don't know. I'm gonna give this a 6 naughty punishments. 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's
All
fine.
right. Let's see. I, for one, wasn't sure what to expect. I know that this is somewhat of a classic. I did know the backstory of how it was kicked out of movie theaters 1 week after it aired. I do know that it was a fairly low budget movie. I just did see that while I was looking up the names of the characters. It was made for about $750,000, made about $2.5 million in the box office, and it didn't really have much time in the box office. And back in 1984, $2.5 million is an insane amount of money for a movie like this. So
True.
it almost tripled it. Oh no, at least
And it probably wasn't even in a ton of theaters too. So
Hey, that's
yeah,
all
it definitely it actually tripled, right? Because if you think about the money,
did it right in the right time.
yeah. So was it the best acted horror movie ever? No. Was it schlocky at sometimes? Yes. But I enjoyed that part of it. And I mean, you're making a movie about a killer Santa Claus, but that wasn't. That's I think what I liked about it is it's not about a killer Santa Claus. It's not like a ripoff of like. Well, it's not a ripoff. Like it's not exactly entirely like Santa Sleigh or like the Tales from the Crypt episode, right? Or there's a couple of those out there where like Santa Claus is the killer, or it's like a dude who shows up as Santa Claus, or whatever the case may be, or Krampus, even whatever. This was about a kid who had trauma in his life, and then it just so happened to tie into Santa Claus, and that's what triggered his trauma, right? So when you look at it that way, it's actually a pretty well written movie. The fact that this is this dude's first acting role ever, gets him
he
for
gets
sure
mega
gets him a
chops for
couple.
that.
Yeah, he definitely gets a couple brownie points for that, man. Because like, Jesus Christ, it's that's not an easy role. I mean, you're essentially a leading role of a movie about horror, killing Santa Claus or murdering Santa Claus, rather. Anyways, I rather enjoyed it. Again, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not someone that I hate the whole like, oh, I was triggered by things, but had a couple uncomfortable moments watching this movie where I was like, I can't say I thought I was gonna see a kid get tied to a bed, or I definitely feel for the little dude like hiding in the corner, fucking saying, "Please don't punish me," kind of a thing. Like I've brought up a couple little demons in my brain, that's for sure, while I was watching it. So that kind of hit home a little bit. So maybe I'm giving it a bias because I'm like, oh wow, I could have turned out to be a murdering Santa Claus. I'm just a regular Santa Claus.
There's still time. You got the suit on, Ed.
Motherfucking elf! If you mess up one more time, I'm kidding.
Good, kill me.
So
do it.
So I'm a regular Santa Claus. I'm just a eggnog drinking Santa Claus, even though it's red and it's not eggnog at all, because eggnog makes Santa Claus want to vomit.
True.
There's footage of that out there too. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna match Joe on this one because it was a pleasant surprise. I didn't know what to think of this movie. I've heard the other ones are not great, and I want to watch them just because how ridiculous it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, definitely watch the second one.
Well, that dude Chris Stuckman that me and Ben both like to reviews movies and stuff, and he did a hilarious. He does these things called hilariosities, which are like really bad movies.
The John Travolta one is so good.
Yeah, he torches them, but like in a fun way. Like he doesn't. Joe, I really think Joe, you'd appreciate these because they're not like he doesn't review them. He just breaks them down like kind of like how we do, but like just goes, "This is why you should watch this because it's very
I like that.
funny." And And that's really what he's doing. He's more or less pointing out like how ridiculous it's so ridiculous and so absurd that you should watch it because of that reason. So he did a hilariosity on the second one, and that movie is like crazy overacted and crazy just in general. So on my show, I'm gonna give this an 8.5
Cool.
naughty punishments out of 10 because it's fun. Is it actually an 8.5 out of 10? Look, I have my own fucking reasoning on what I want to fucking scale things. Santa Sleigh was also
It's your opinion, damn it.
Here's why. Because there's not these movies are getting a little bit of a graded scale anyways, scaled grade rather I should say anyways, because there's not a lot of Christmas themed horror movies out there. Like there are, but there's not. Like
I'll make
this
one.
They're blowing up.
An original.
They're blowing up.
Yeah, they're catching on now, but I mean,
I did my list, just to do it, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm finding a whole bunch. It's insane.
Yeah.
I got one called Red Christmas. We'll watch. D. Walls is in that one.
That's cool.
J.C. Walsh is in that one. That's how I don't know. When you said it like that, I was like, "Ooh, J.C. Walsh." That'd be cool, man.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, so 8.5, and again, I'm going to give it an 8.5 because of the nostalgic feel that it has. I feel like it held up pretty well. I feel like I actually, when you break it down as far as like a psychological movie, it's not just about like a crazy killer that shows up and kills people. Like it's about a kid who was fucking traumatized, and they show, like I would liken this to the people that like, for instance, I liked what Rob Zombie did with his Halloween.
I was just thinking about that. Yep.
Right. And a lot of people shit on that because of that reason. I, for one, enjoyed that. I liked seeing that because I went through shit like that. I've seen things like that in person. Not quite as well, yeah, actually almost as graphic. So like I've seen that in person. So for me, my brain sees that and I go, oh, like no, like somebody actually realizes that things like this happen all the time. Like, and that's kind of where my brain takes stuff like that. It's really up to you to decide like how you want to be afterwards. Like again, I'm a normal Santa Claus.
For now.
For now, right? Exactly. For now. But I just look at it like movies like this that tell these kind of stories, schlocky, not schlocky, do have a place because I mean it could be real. You know what I mean? Like it's these movies are grounded in somewhat reality. Now, if they go and remake it, they're gonna. It's tough to make a movie like this now. You know what I mean?
It already did,
I'm sure.
It came out 2004, I think. It is a glorious gore fest.
I'll have to check it out. Oh, no, I knew about that. I mean, if they do it again. I mean, because you said
if they do it again, you gotta really gotta stick with the psychological part and really work on it, like really modernize it, really like because you can go into a lot of things with Christmas because holidays are tough for a lot of people. You could go into how that type of
do like a Christmas themed Babadook
on the depression a little bit.
I fucking hate the holidays, dude. Like
you can still play on that.
This is not talking as Santa Claus. This is talking about Eddie, right? Eddie Vegas right now. I fucking hate the holidays.
Oh, you're Ed.
I'm one of the people that right now I am.
Ed seems like disappointed.
I'm one of those people that I can't wait for I can't wait for this shit to be over.
I fucking hate Christmas.
I just want January 1st to be happy.
Christmas is so stupid. So dumb.
I can't say I used to
love
this
is real.
Christmas.
I don't like it.
I just don't like it, man.
But they were making it fun with some Christmas horror.
Yeah. I've had some fun this year with it. But I don't know, man. My brain.
If people actually do watch this and be like, yeah, these two are fucking definitely related. I don't like Christmas. I just don't get it. Like don't get me anything. I don't want anything.
Put it this way. I know what I would like to see as I enjoy the holiday time of like take the time off work, recharge your battery, see your friends and your family. And I wish that that's what it was, but it's not. It's really like I hate what it's become as like a Hallmark holiday. I hate the fact that like we watch these movies when we were young and like you watch like a Home Alone or like any old Christmas movie. And yeah, you'll see them talk about presents, and yeah, you'll see them talk about holiday, but like they're really all those old movies. Christmas at one point really was about that, like getting together with your friends and your family, and like, hey, we had a week off from school, and you'd hang out, and we used to hang out all the time, Joe, during that time. And
you could still
people lost that somewhere.
if you block out what we don't like, you still make it your own. That's what they call it, making your own traditions.
Well, I did that for a long time, Joe. I did. My Santa Claus's house was the island of misfit toys for a long time. And all those misfit toys, most of those misfit toys now, have grown up to be beautiful little butterflies, and I'm
Well, there
proud
you
of them.
go.
And I'm very happy for them all.
That's a very strange. We're like in the middle of the North Pole meets Peter Pan Neverland. It's
What a
so
strange
weird.
metamorphosis.
That's such a yeah. I feel like odd right now. I feel off.
It went from a toy to a chrysalis to a butterfly, and I like it.
What the hell just happened?
That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Well, before we
They're
fly
all,
away
they're,
further in this
all
episode,
of their penguins have found pebbles. Is what I'm getting at.
Great
Yeah.
movie.
that's actually pretty good.
Great
Metaphor. That's pretty
movie.
good.
Tim Curry's the best of that movie.
Oh my
He's
god.
the bad guy.
All of Santa Claus's little penguins have all found pebbles. There's a couple of penguins that have not though, and they'll probably be here on Christmas.
Dude.
One of them is right here, so he'll be here.
And Jim Belushi was in that movie too. He's the Rockhopper penguin.
Ben, are you my rock hopper?
I'll be your Jim Belushi. I don't care.
My man.
Sure.
My man.
Sure.
So, long story short,
Don't you go dying on me.
You know, these kind of movies, you know, they have their place. I think this was a well done movie for what it is. I think I'm kind of bummed that I didn't see it sooner because that's one thing about the show that's really cool is it's getting me to watch these movies that I've heard about for years, and I just never thought to like sit and watch it. So that I get the most pleasure out of outside of being like, oh, I know of a movie like I again back to Strangers by the Lake. I got a lot of that one because you guys didn't know that movie and I had seen it and I was like, oh, I get to show these guys. I can't wait to break this movie down with people that enjoy movies. You know what I mean? That's why like I can't wait till we get into things like when The Northman comes out. I can't wait to do a fucking breakdown of that because we all enjoy those kind of movies. So
I can't wait for that
I
stupid
love
movie.
that. I can't wait. Like I love The Lighthouse. I love The Witch. I love so I love that style of movie. So I don't know a lot of people that like breaking those kind of movies down the way we do. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really anticipating that movie. But I'm anticipating more movies that I've never seen before. I do enjoy the fact that like, man, there are days where like you go, oh man, I gotta remember to fucking fit that movie in.
Oh man, I gotta watch Spookies.
Or whatever, right? Like, cause you're like, ah, shit, I have a million things going on, but I gotta
got a
put this
list. I got some.
we all do.
With
Trust
some
me.
old ones. I can't wait to watch and talk
There's a
about.
lot out there, and that's what I'm kind of intrigued by. I'm intrigued by the fact that like, you know, this is forcing me to like take the time and smell the roses, man. Like
Yeah, because I would never watch this movie regardless. I would never.
I've had many opportunities to, and it just never crossed my mind to. Like it just.
I was actually going to watch it this year, but then I saved it for the show.
I know Joe Bob is doing his thing this Friday, Christmas.
Yeah, did he say what movies he's gonna do yet, or
I don't know?
Because I might just wait and just watch that when it drops.
I don't know because he's done the past 2 or 3 years, and I thought he did this as one of those movies, but it could be right.
I'd like it if he did Black Christmas because I've never actually seen it. So
he might have because he's done the last. And since Shudder picked up The Last Drive-In, I think it was 2018 is when they brought it back. He's done quite a few holiday themed things. Like now it's to the point where the past 2 or 3 years he's done everything. You know, he'll do like Halloween, he does Christmas, he does I'm pretty sure he did Thanksgiving last year. I can't remember if he did it this year.
I don't think he did.
No, I'm pretty sure he did last year though.
Yeah, Joe Bob, do Thanksgiving 3, you coward.
Yeah, so you son of a bitch.
All right.
But yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's wrap this one up. I gotta roll. Santa Claus needs to go up and to the North Pole. So,
all right.
Everybody, this was a lot of fun. Bonded by Horror on Instagram. I'm gonna try to put a recap of the last couple shows up on that this week sometime. Life is real crazy all of a sudden. So I don't quite have the free time I had when I was sitting in
life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. You're
not wrong. Bonded by Horror, Eddie_Vegas. I'm wrestling in January. I'm in a Rumble, which I've in the past not been a fan of Rumbles, being in them. I am actually really looking forward to this one for some reason. I don't know why, but people change. You know, that's all there's to. Go follow us. You guys go ahead.
Twitter, JC Walsh Horror Writer, Instagram and Slasher JC Walsh 81, JC Walsh on Facebook, and also do a breakdown of 4 movies with similar themes, mostly horror, with Amon Rosamilia on his YouTube channel, and Amazon, Amazon.com, where you type my name, you find my work. So there you go.
Go find it, you sons of bitches. Great stocking stuffers.
Short.
A good
true.
paperback.
Very true.
A good paperback is a great stocking stuffer.
It is.
So check it out, goddammit. Short, sweet, and to the point. Screw Champ on Instagram and Twitter. That's it. That's all. That's all, folks.
Yeah. Any shop small stuff? We have horror decor. I know it has some Christmas themed horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. I just got a shipment from Spooky Kooky, my friend Dina down in New Jersey. I got a couple candles. Got them in today. So we have one burning downstairs right now. It's fantastic. Go check out Spooky Kooky, but it's spelled SPOOKI KOOKI. So spell it like that. On Etsy is her shop, or in spooky_kooky on Instagram, or just follow me. If you follow Eddie_Vegas on there, I tag her in a bunch of stuff. She's great. Go check her stuff out. She's great. Small shop, obviously small shop, shop small. Go buy a book for. I keep on pointing down because on my camera, Joe's right below me. He's right here though. Go shop small. Go buy a fucking book because we're all dumb now. We need to learn how to read a little bit more. And this guy's keeping the youthful interest going. So go buy one of his books. Paperbacks are great.
Only if Steve does an Audible book on it. Then I'll read it again.
It's 2 years in the making.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Life got crazy. Well, it was different. Last thing we'll talk about. So we've talked about it a couple of times. We started 3 Dudes and Cold Brews, my other podcast, my podcast, whatever it is. We're looking to like revamp this. We just dropped a bunch of episodes. A bunch of things got corrupt. So I think we're missing some that I think one that Joe was on when he was here at one point. If that one doesn't pop up, it's because we lost a bunch of files. Like we had some issues with a bunch of stuff. So unfortunately, I think yours might have gotten lost. I think Sam's might have gotten lost, and I think one of the ones that Ben was on might have had some issues. We had an issue with some computer stuff. So we're trying to figure it out though.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one is which one. What I'm getting at is if you go through them and don't see your episode recent, these two have both been on recent episodes of that show. We didn't do very many this year. I think we probably did like a total like 10 or something. There's not very many out this year. Even though we were together every week. It just is what it is. But what I was getting at is we did do our love letter to JC Walsh, and we were trying to record a 3 Dudes and Cold Brews podcast love letter to JC Walsh's first novel, an audiobook of that, and we got through half of it, and it was the thing is we were only doing it when we were like 3 sheets to the wind. So one or two of us have a hard time reading when we're that blitzkrieg. One of us is a borderline a scholar, no matter what, because he doesn't quite get as blitzkrieg as the other two of us. And then that's just kind of how it goes. But it's there, like the raw files are there. But we recorded over like weeks of time, and then like life got kind of crazy, and we started doing other things, and it just got tough because the thing is we started doing it like, you know, the way we know how to do things, and then there were a bunch of episodes who were like, dude, we gotta like pump the brakes because every night we're walking out at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and Ray and Uncle Dobby's fucking smoke alarms were getting set off every night because we were like, you know, air frying food too late, and like we were just getting it was getting too ridiculous for all of us. It was bad for all of our health, put it that way. So what I'm going to talk to Steve about this probably the next show is I would like to get you at least whatever we have, and even if we just put up the first half of the book, and then,
we'll get there.
I want you. I would like you to be able to hear it because it's so ridiculous, but it's beautiful at the same time because it's not ridiculous in like the negative content or whatever.
I know. We know.
connotation. You know
We
what I
know
mean?
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like people were coming up with character voices, and it was like by the end we were coming up with like it was like a character piece. Like it started out as like four idiots trying to read a book, and then by the end of the whatever chapter we ended on, it was like we were all like trying to mimic each other's like southern accents and shit. It was man, I laughed so hard every time I've heard the playback of this thing. Dude, I want Joe to hear this so bad. So maybe that'll be maybe Santa Claus will gift that at
We'll
least
see.
that
We'll
half of
see.
it to Joe for Christmas.
All
We'll see.
right.
We'll talk to him. All right,
I think
guys.
we're at the mark.
Yeah, we were way over the mark.
All
Go
right.
go check us out next time. We're gonna have a fun one next time.
Goodbye.
Go buy a present.